up, guys? So today's movie that I'm going to be discussing is the latest in the Purge franchise. It's called The ForeverPurge, and it's directed by Gout. I believe this is the 5th film in the Purge franchise. There's also a TV series, I believe. I'm actually not that well versed in the Purge franchise. I know I've seen the first one. That's not to be confused with the first Purge, which is one of the sequels. I saw the one with Ethan Hawke and Lena Headey, and I thought that was fine. Like, I didn't have any desire to watch any of the other Purge sequels after seeing it. But Luke, why are you reviewing the ForeverPurge then? Well, I got a free ticket. Duh. I should probably say now, before I really dive into the review, that the reason I have such low energy levels today is because I've just found out I tested positive for COVID. Yeah, so Miss Rona finally caught up to me, and yeah, I'm a little sick. I had my first jab, so I don't feel too bad. I just feel a little run down, but yeah, my energy levels are not what they usually are, so apologies if I seem a little lackluster or unenthused today. So yeah, that's the reason why. The plot of the ForeverPurge sees a group of murderous outlaws rising up and deciding that the annual purge shouldn't last 12 hours, but rather forever. Forever. They want to purify the nation of anybody who isn't a white American, so essentially they're white supremacists. So in a neat little twist, two families, a Texan family called the Tuckers, who's led by Josh Lucas, and a Mexican couple called Adela and Juan, who are played by Adela and Tinoch Huerta, hope I said those names right, they head to the Mexican border for sanctuary from the ForeverPurge in Mexico. So, given the current political climate, you can feel how topical this film is. It's definitely trying to say something. It's just the problem that I had with the ForeverPurge is that it's trying to say too much, to the point where it's a bit incoherent. The film touches upon white supremacy, the wall and the Trump administration, illegal immigration, the rich-poor divide, the capitalist machine profiting off workers, and indigenous colonies and their land. As you can see, it's quite a lot. Like, I give the writer James DeMonica credit for trying to relate the film to real-world issues. The problem is, it's just not focused enough. There's too much going on that it doesn't have anything of value to offer about any of the topics that it touches upon. It's mostly just surface-level observations, like it's ticking boxes of all these things that are going on in America right now. But it doesn't really explore any of those boxes with any depth. It's mostly just empty satire. But having said all that, I still found the film fairly entertaining. The pacing was good. I'm not that familiar with the previous Purge movies, but it feels like they've taken the franchise in a slightly different direction by incorporating a new genre into the mix, and that's Western. There's definitely this whole cowboys and Indians vibe thrown in with the action and the horror of the situation. So yeah, it does a pretty good job of blending those genres together. Some of the action set pieces were enjoyable, such as the scene where the group are trying to navigate this war zone in El Paso, trying to get to the border. It felt a little bit like a video game, but it didn't feel hokey or out of place. But speaking of things that did feel out of place, there was this one scene, when you might have seen it in the trailers, where one of the characters gets caught in this elaborate death trap thing, and I felt like, am I watching a Purge movie or am I watching a Saw movie? I mean, it was fun, but it did feel like it came from a completely different movie. The acting I thought was alright, particularly from Adela, Tinoch Huerta, and Will Patton. They really did give it their best, even though the material they had wasn't that good to begin with. But they did manage to make me care about them as characters, and that's good. And I do have to give James DeMonica credit for actually giving his characters arcs. Like, they're not just caught up in some crazy life or death situation. Like, Josh Lucas's character, Dylan, actually has a pretty satisfying arc. He starts off as this kind of bigoted, emasculated boss after his ranch hand, Juan, helps calm a horse down and he can't do it. But yeah, over the course of the movie, he actually does grow. And even though it's predictable as hell, it's still character growth, and that's good to see. As for negatives, there is a lot of truly awful dialogue. Like, there's this flirtatious scene between Levin Rambin's Harper and Alejandro Eda's Titi, where he's got the peanut butter and she's got the jelly. I just found this whole scene to be so cheesy. Gout's direction I thought was pretty competent. This was, after all, his first ever time directing a feature film, but he still couldn't resist throwing in the odd cliche jump scare here or there. I could have done without those. So let's ask them 3 questions. Firstly, would I watch this again? Nope. I'm not saying the film is bad or anything, I just don't feel the need to ever watch it again. Question 2, do I recommend it for you guys? If you're a fan of the Purge franchise, then there's probably enough of what you expect here to have a pretty good time with it. But this isn't a film that I would tell my friends to go and watch, so it's not really a film that I would recommend. Also, if you're easily triggered by current events, then avoid it like the plague, because it is hard to watch in places because of just how close to home it feels sometimes. And third question, what score do I give it out of 10? It was better than I expected it to be. It certainly feels timely, and I was entertained. The problem with the film was that it just felt like it bit off a bit more than it could chew, and it wasn't 100% sure of what it was trying to say. So I'm going to give the ForeverPurge a score of 5 out of 10. But as always, guys, it's just one bloke's opinion. I would love to hear your thoughts on the ForeverPurge. If you've seen it, what do you guys make of it? Let me know in that comment section down below. If you enjoyed the video, please do hit that thumbs up button. If you want more movie, TV, and Oscars related content, don't forget to click subscribe. And if you want to follow me on any of my socials, all those links in that video description down below. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. For more things related to movies, TV, and popcorn culture, I'm Luke Hearfield, and I'll see you next time.